Chevrolet Sports Update with WVUA's Gary Harris.
Hello, everybody. I'm Todd Hoyer in for Gary Harris. Well, since the Tide won their 23rd SEC championship over the Georgia Bulldogs last Saturday, the good news continues to roll in. The Alabama football team had 9 players selected to the Associated Press All-Southeastern Conference team, which was announced by the AP on Monday. And you see the list right there. Making the first team on offense was Chance Warmack and Barrett Jones. On defense, C.J. Mosley and D. Milliner. Moving to the second team, G.J. Fluker, A.J. McCarron, and his running back, Eddie Lacy, who had that huge rushing game against Georgia, got recognized on the offensive side. While the 6'4", 320-pound senior from Australia, Jesse Williams, was the lone Tide player on the second team defense. Texas A&M quarterback Johnny Manziel was the Offensive Player of the Year in the SEC, and his head coach Kevin Sumlin was voted the SEC Coach of the Year. And speaking of Barrett Jones, the Alabama senior center was selected as one of 6 finalists for the 13th annual Remington Trophy, which goes to the nation's most outstanding center. The Remington Trophy Committee announced on Monday. Jones is the 3rd Crimson Tide player to be named a finalist for the Remington Award, joining the likes of William Vallejos in 2011 and Antoine Caldwell in 2008. The winner will be announced live on ESPNU Thursday, December 6th at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Alabama's head softball coach Patrick Murphy will be inducted into the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association Hall of Fame. The organization announced during its annual convention held in Orlando, Florida. In 15 years as head coach, Murphy has compiled a 772 and 218 record in 14 seasons at Alabama, which culminated with its first national championship this past season. Well, it didn't take Joker Phillips long to find another job. The former Kentucky head coach landed at number 4 Florida on Monday, joining the Gators as receivers coach and recruiting coordinator. Florida coach Will Muschamp says Phillips will begin work Friday, adding that his background as a head coach and the number of years he has coached wide receivers will be a tremendous asset to our coaching staff and players. Phillips was a longtime receivers coach before taking over at Kentucky in 2010. He went 13-24 in 3 years with the Wildcats. That's why he is no longer there. Staying in the SEC, Steve Spurrier has received a 2-year contract extension that will keep him at South Carolina through 2017. The university's Board of Trustees approved the extension on Monday. There was no salary increase in the deal, but Spurrier is scheduled to again earn $3.3 million in 2013. The old ball coach has led the Gamecocks to consecutive seasons with double-digit victories, a first in program history. He became the school's all-time victories leader with his 65th win when the Gamecocks defeated Clemson for the 4th straight time back on November 24th. Mark Sanchez was replaced as Jets quarterback by 3rd stringer Greg McElroy yesterday after going 10-21 for 97 yards and 3 interceptions. He left with 4:48 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and the Jets trailing the Arizona Cardinals 3-0 on Sunday. McElroy, active for the first time in his 2-year NFL career, was cheered loudly by the fans at MetLife Stadium as he entered the game. Greg led the Jets to their only points of the day with an impressive 10-play drive, culminating in his 1-yard pass to a wide-open Jeff Cumberland in the end zone 5 seconds into the 4th quarter, which proved to be the only touchdown of the day as the Jets won 7-6. Jets head coach Rex Ryan says he has a lot of thinking to do before next week's game.
You know, need a little more time to make that decision. You know, I'm comfortable and confident with all 3 quarterbacks. I think all 3 guys, well, now, you know, have proven they can win in this league with Greg at the end of the game. And then obviously Mark's history here and the way Tim has played. So you have 3 guys that I'm confident in, but as you know, I'll make that decision as the week goes on.
That's a look at sports. More news right after this.
This has been the Tuscaloosa Chevrolet Sports Update on WVUA. Roll.